Yo guys, welcome to episode 28 of the funding challenge. We are at a bit of a weird angle today because my tripod broke. So yeah, we're just making do with this. So I'm gonna make this video quickly because we've been yapping a lot recently, and yeah, I should just get straight into the videos anyway. And yeah, I feel like I've gotten out a lot of things I normally want to talk about. Anyway, I don't think there's much more for now. Yeah, so we took 4 trades on Thursday and Friday, 2 on Thursday, 2 on Friday, all lost. So only one I'd say was a really bad trade. One of them was quite rushed, and the other 3, the 2 of them were good trades I would have always taken, and then one of them was like just pretty average. So it's more so of an unlucky period mixed with some mistakes of myself, because if I had stayed patient, there were winning trades that came later in London for all these setups. So the common thing of all these setups was it was pretty much on London Open, like within the 3 p.m. hour. And through my back testing, 3 p.m. trades do work well, but those back testing periods, London may have started later. So I don't know if that has any difference. That is kind of that's one of the last things I need to figure out. Or right now we're just in an unlucky like spot in our distribution, and I'm just over analyzing things. So that could also be the case, but yeah. So we lost 2% this week, and we are down overall 6% on the challenge, and we are 4 trades away from losing the account. But I'm not stressed. As you guys saw from my last video, our edge, or our higher time frame bias that we needed to fix has been fixed, and we now have a more mechanical way of viewing it, and that mechanical way has removed a lot of discretion from my overall strategy, and that discretion was causing me to lose a lot of trades, because I would view the market differently at different times. I would get caught stuck on one high time frame bias for too long. I would be looking left at old price action for too long, not following what the market is currently doing, and I would be looking at high time frames that's just way too high, that didn't really affect anything on the 1 minute. So now I've backtested multiple trades with a much more high time frame and mechanical way of viewing a higher time frame, and the results have been a lot better, and the results are finally consistent over a long-term basis. I go through that all in the last video, so I won't go through it now, but yeah, that is the reason I'm not stressed about being 4 trades away, because I know we're going to win these trades and we're going to come back up anyway. And this week we may have just gotten a bit trigger happy, a bit overexcited about our recent backtesting results, because for 2 years I could never be profitable on backtesting, and yeah, I just got a bit overexcited about it, because it's natural. Like, anyone who's been struggling for something for 2 years straight and finally find success in it, they're gonna get happy, and that's just what happened to me this week. It's a small setback. I'm not worried. I'm very confident in my personal trading ability to follow my plan, and I'm very confident in my plan now. I'm a lot more confident in my plan now. I've always been confident in my trading ability, because I've always been able to do decently well on live markets, even while having very poor strategies, while having very discretionary strategies with low win rates. I've still managed to get funded, and I've still managed to do well. And now this is the first time in my entire trading career where I have a more mechanical edge that works well over a much longer period, over a much longer term, like time period of trades. So I'm at an all-time high in my confidence right now for my trading, because I know my live results are good, and now I have good live results ability backed by proven profitability through backtesting, through previous time periods on the market. So yeah, that's a quick little explanation on me being very calm, even though we're 4 trades away in drawdown, and that is what you guys should aspire to be at in your mental state when you're trading. You should be at a point where you're not stressed by drawdowns, because you have confidence in your edge, because you've done the work beforehand. If you find yourself being stressed out by drawdowns, being worried, and it affecting you a lot in terms of the type of trades you're taking, that simply means you haven't done enough of the backhand work that requires into actually collecting data and testing an edge. So yeah, I will get into the trades now. So this was Thursday's JBB JPY trade. We had a 4-hour higher time frame change of character right here to the upside, and now we were looking for a retracement trade to take. So during Asia, we had this structure form, change of character, fake breaker structure. We swept the fake breaker structure inducement, and on the 1 minute, and as you can see, we took this trade even though there is no 5-minute type 1 present here. So this was a bad trade. I got way too kind of FOMO about this trade, and I was just only paying attention to the 1 minute at the time, which was my mistake. And I saw this 1 minute shift right here, and I decided to take it. So yeah, so I don't always have to wait for the 1 minute shift. A second shift is okay if the 1 minute shift isn't clearly present, but the 5-minute type 1 is the most important thing with this strategy in terms of our entry time frames, and that didn't happen. So this was a bad loss. This was a trade I shouldn't have taken, and as we can actually see later in the London session, we had the 5-minute change of character here. We had a retrace into an extreme order block, sweeping inducement, and then we had a very perfect 5-minute type 1 here that takes out the inducement. So, I mean, a 5-minute type 1 that takes out the weak low. So if I didn't take this trade, I would have probably taken a loss right here, and then I would have taken a win right here, and that would have been me done for the day. But instead, I took a loss here, and I decided to take a trade at the same time on US 30. So that is something about my strategy, not about my strategy, about my risk management, that I need to decide what I'm doing. Because I need to decide whether I can take JBB, JPY and US 30 trades on the same day, or if I've decided to trade JBB, JPY, I will only trade that for that day. Or if I've decided to take the US 30 trade, I will only trade that for that day. Because as you guys know, with how my strategy, our re-entry trades can work out, because it can be within the same order block, or our first entry could have just been inducement within the same mid time frame range. And a lot of the times you guys have seen the re-entry trade does work out, and that ends up being the correct trade, like I just showed you with JBB, JPY. So yeah. So we came into London on JBB, JPY. 5-minute shift happened during Asia, and we had a very nice 5-minute type 1 and a perfect 1 minute shift, and this just went straight to top stop loss. And we also swept another level of inducement here, on top of this 4-hour change of character right here. So this wasn't a bad trade either. This was actually a very good trade. As we can see, price just ranges around this range before going down anyway. So our bias for the day was correct, but the entry was obviously just off, and it wasn't a good entry for that day. And now that was Thursday. Now we'll go into Friday's trades. So this was JBB, JPY on Friday. This was also a very good trade. As you can see, it was unlucky. We got swept right before price ran to TP, and this is something that happens as well. So like I was explaining, this like little losing streak towards the second half of the week wasn't really primarily my fault. It's a just kind of unfortunate distribution right now, and that's why I'm not stressed, because only one of the trades was like a clear bad trade. These other trades I would normally take. So this trade was a pro-trend trade, because we had this 1 hour and 4 hour change of character right here, and then we're reacting off another 4 hour zone here, which causes 1 hour change of character. And we come down, and as soon as we take out our first level of inducement, and then we cross the 50% range, I'm waiting for the mid time frame to realign bullish. So we get that here. We have our mid time frame structure form, change of character. We retrace, sweep the level of inducement, react into the extreme order block, and we get a perfect 5-minute type 1 with a 1 minute shift here. And we decided to take this as a limit order on the retracement back into here, but it swept us and then created a 5-minute type 2 before price ran to TP. So that was that. Yeah, that was just unlucky. And yeah, so the same thing here. If JBB, JPY was the only trade I was taking for this day, I would have taken a loss here, and then I would have re-entered here, and it would have been a win. And then Thursday would have been a winning day on JBB, JPY, and Friday would have been a winning day. So the only reason we weren't profitable this week was because we traded US30 and JBB, JPY at the same day, on the same time. And if I had just traded JBB, JPY, and I just took the L on the first entry that I should have taken, and then took a win on the second one, profitable day here, took an L on the first entry, took a win on the second one, would have been a winning day there as well. But instead we took 2 trades on US30, which were good trades. But yeah, that is just what caused our downfall, because I limit myself at 2 trades per day, and taking trades on US30 meant I could not take the second re-entry on JBB, JPY. So that is one thing I might add to my risk management rules. And this is the trade that was kind of an average trade. So the last 2 trades were good trades. The first trade was a bad trade. This one was an average trade, because in theory this trade should have still have worked out, but I probably shouldn't have taken it at this point. So we have a 4-hour change of character here, and now I'm waiting for the mid time frame to turn bearish 4-hour retracement. And we are in very strong bullish conditions right now, so I probably won't be looking for too many retracements on US30. However, retracement trades do still have a decent win rate from what I've back tested, but just to be extra conservative, we have JB, JPY as well, so I'll probably just be a little bit more cautious of these conditions. So yeah, we're here waiting for the retracement trade. 5-minute shift here, really nice levels of inducement for me right here. We sweep, we have a 5-minute type 1 and a 1-minute change of character, but this happened during Asia, and price retraced. So the shift happened here, and in theory we're coming down to take this week low, but price only came here, and then it came up, and in theory we're still heading to take out this week low. So I just thought I will just enter on here. So this would basically be like a limit trade where we get the 1-minute shift and then price retraces in. So this was a good trade, but if the trade took place here, something like here, it would have most likely been a break even, because price came down close to the week low. Yeah, so that's the only thing. The thing is, this is still a good trade. Like, I take many trades like this on Forex pair and on US30, and it still works out. I could just be over analyzing once again. That's something I need to be really conscious of. I over analyze way too much, and then I end up with so many confluences and so many rules in my strategy, and it just causes a mess and way too much mental gymnastics. So yeah, that is that for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. We will definitely have better weeks from here on out, considering all the work we've been doing backtesting wise, and I look forward to it. We're going to make a lot of money before this year ends through this channel and through trading, so you guys should stay tuned, and I will see you guys next time.